You can't trust educated women anymore, guys. You're going to have to go to Alabama and get one that didn't go to college. That still live on the plantation. Because something has happened. The spirit of education has destroyed the soul of men and women today. It gives you a false sense. You should have heard one of the guests last night on the panel. He has a PhD. He had no idea what he was talking about. I'm like, where did you come from? With a PhD. No common sense at all. It looks like education is destroying the soul. Isn't that amazing? Have you noticed that?
Oh, yes, I have.
You've noticed that. And why? What is happening that causes education to destroy the common sense, to destroy the soul?
I think part of education today is brain control. And so the content they're giving these kids in higher education, it's dumbing them down and not giving them the freedom to think for themselves and see everything is black and white. So I think part of it is just control.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then yet parents sacrifice their children to that. Mm-hmm. They wake up every morning and say, hey, you know what? I hate my kids. I'm going to send them off to the public school. That's amazing. Yeah. And parents, it's your responsibility to protect your children from evil. But parents don't protect their children. And is that because they just don't feel like it or don't have the patience?
I'm not a parent, but I think it's because they're getting distracted in their own stuff as well. Because I work with kids and I see a lot of them, they're raising themselves basically. Yeah. Their parents are really distracted with stuff that's not really important.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's happening. I don't think the parents, I think I see it from a spiritual standpoint too, and I think the forces behind destroying families is much stronger than the willpower of the parents.
Yeah.
And so they're turning to, I mean, they don't even know they need help.
That's right.
You know, so.
They don't know, they can't see.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What is a man?
Man, to me, is one who is created in the image of God, who pursues righteousness, who's courageous, not afraid of what do you call it, adversity, enemies, one that takes care of his own, who covers them, protects them, a
Have
provider.
you met one lately that's in your age category?
No.
No. Isn't that amazing? They're not out there, huh?
Or I'm not looking, so I don't know.
When you were looking, you didn't see any?
I wasn't I don't think I ever looked for some man. They just kind of approached me, but obviously they were rejects, so.
Rejects?
Yeah.
These men approaching her, they're rejects. Wow, I bet they thought they were wonderful. And you're thinking,
No, I thought they were wonderful. I just didn't know they were rejects until I learned later on in life, so.
Amazing. Did you tell them, I gotta let you go, you're a reject?
No, I didn't tell them that.
And so, did you deal with your mother yet?
It's complicating.
I'm sorry?
No, I feel like I've forgiven her
Did
in my
you
heart. I didn't tell her, though.
What a cowardly way out.
Well, it's not, the thing
God
is, I
doesn't
don't.
say forgive in your heart. He said go and forgive.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't see how me speaking forgiveness to her is really
So you
forgiveness.
think God is wrong about suggesting that?
No. Where does it say he says go and forgive?
If you have aught against your brother, go and forgive them. And then if that doesn't work, take a witness and do it again. And if that doesn't work, let the dust hit your feet. He doesn't say, oh, I think I've forgiven in my heart. When in reality, you're afraid to face her.
Well, it's like, why go through all that drama, though?
Well, let me ask God. She would like to know why I go through all that drama. He said he didn't have anything else better to do but to have you do that. He didn't know any other way to do it. What do you think would happen if you went to her to say, you know, Mother, I've been angry at you, and I realize now you can't help yourself. You're insane. You're psycho. And I didn't understand it until now, and I'm sorry for holding that against you. What is wrong? What would happen if you said that?
Well, I wouldn't say that. Like, to tell
I
her she's
wouldn't say
insane.
that.
To tell her she's insane and crazy?
Yeah, psycho.
Psycho?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, you don't have to say psycho, but we know what it means, right? But what do you think would happen if you went to her and told her that? Well, you don't have to use the word psycho.
Yeah.
You can just take a psycho with you. And she what would happen, you think, if you told your mother that?
I don't know. I think she would be really upset, very defensive. She might hurt me with words.
And so why do you care about that?
Well, because I don't want to cause that. I don't want to be the person that causes that in her life.
But you didn't cause it. She caused it in your life. She's already like that.
Yeah, but if I know she can't handle it, why would I even approach her and know, like, I know that's going to be her response? Why would I even want to bring that on her?
So you can get your courage back.
No, I have my courage.
No, you don't.
I do.
If you had courage, you would face your mother.
But what am I facing her for?
To forgive
I just
her.
don't see her like influence as trapping me in my life. I don't feel that. I don't feel like I'm stuck in a corner and I can't live because my mother has this hold over me. I don't feel that way.
But it is what's happening. You think it's normal to be afraid of her?
No, it's not normal.
Then why are you afraid then?
I'm not afraid of her.
You just said you didn't want to go through all that stuff with her.
Well, I don't want to have to expend that kind of energy.
But once you do it, you're going to get normal energy. Her identity will be taken away from you, and you're going to wake up to your own identity, and that's what freedom is. You're not yourself, you're her. We become like whomever we're angry at. And I understand you don't see this because I didn't see it. I did not know that if I went and forgave my parents, that God would forgive me and I would wake up and be free. I did not have any idea because right now you cannot see. No angry person can see. They see intellectually, but that's a false way of seeing. That's not the real deal. But once you forgive, then He's going to wake you up. Then you can see and life is easy. Then you can deal with your mother without any problem at all. You can take it or leave it. You won't have fear. You would love her in the right way because we're supposed to love our parents. But when you have anger, you cannot love your parents. You love no one. Angry people don't love anyone because there is no love in anger. It's the nature of Satan. It's very destructive. But you don't know that you'll wake up. That's what the problem is. And I don't want to force you to do it, but it'll be nice for you to go free. And that's the only way it's going to happen. You must forgive so that He can forgive you. And you just can't forgive in your heart because that's not the way it works. You got to go back to where you lost your innocence, where you lost your courage. You got to face it so that you can overcome it. And then after that, you start facing all challenges and you'll grow stronger and stronger because we need the challenges to grow, right? And if you don't face them, you get weaker. But if you face them, you get stronger in life. Your character grows. You become tough. And it doesn't feel like tough, but you just have no fear. You're not an emotional person. You're a logical person now because you're guided by the light of God. If you want to be free, you have no other choice but to do it. And you're fortunate that your mother's still alive so you can do it because it's harder for people to do it once they die, their parents die. You want me to go with you? I'll go with you.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay.
You don't need me to go with you?
Thanks, Jesse. No, thank you.
What would happen if I went with you?
You'd probably make it worse.
So you're not, I don't want to force you, right? Are you doing the prayer?
Yeah.
You are doing my silent prayer?
Yeah.
Well, stay with the prayer. One day you will. You'll see. But there's no way around it. God doesn't say write a letter. He doesn't say make a phone call. He said go to them. And the reason for that is so you can overcome that fear. I had to go and face my mother at 38. It was the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life. And once I did it, the fear disappeared. I've not had that since. And now I see men and women the same. You love all people. You be honest with all people. You be fair with all people. And you're not afraid. It's just gone. Because once that anger is gone, you have perfect love, and you're being made perfect from that point forward. But do what you want, but, stay with the prayer. All right? Mm-hmm. So any questions about that?
No, I did have a question about my relationship with my dad.
Yes.
We did have a strange relationship. He wasn't really in my life. My mom did not turn me against him.
Right.
She did give him joint custody, but he chose to not be in my life.
And why?
The way he explained it was more of a religious thing, because he is a Jehovah's Witness, and apparently you can't have a non-Jehovah's Witness wife, and so that was his reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
I did forgive him when I moved back home from college, and because I remember God telling me that he couldn't take me further in life if I didn't forgive my dad.
Yeah.
So I did. And then, but recently, I don't know what it is, but I guess it's like, what do I do in the meantime? Because he doesn't, not that I'm, God, I sound like a head case right now. Not
You sound like a what?
a head case. I'm just in my head. But
Did you take your medication this morning?
no, I did not.
Sometimes Esteban doesn't take his medication, and he walk around with the key. Where's the key? Where's the key? No, I'm serious. I'm like, did you take your medicine? No, he doesn't take medicine. I'm playing.
Okay. I want a relationship with my dad, but
Every soul yearns for the Father.
yeah, but he doesn't want that.
Did he say he didn't want one with you?
He didn't say it, but his actions say it louder.
What is his action?
Well, he doesn't, like when I call him or I try to reach out, he never responds to me. I was around his neighborhood some weeks ago, and I was going to drive by and just say hi, but he wasn't available. I tried to get together with him and set up like daddy-daughter dates kind of for us to hang out, but he never follows through. He flakes on me all the time, and I don't know, I guess I'm kind of at the end where it's like, do I need a relationship with my dad or not? Because
No,
he's not reciprocating.
you just need to forgive him.
Okay.
Because once you forgive him, God will forgive you, and you would love your father anyway. You would just have love for him instead of hate, instead of anger. And that's what's going to save you from it. If he doesn't want to be a part of your life, he just don't think that it's personal.
Okay.
He can't help himself, really. That Jehovah Witness religion is a bad religion. It messes you up. I've counseled with men and women from that religion. Excuse me. And it's insane what they do to the children and the family. I don't know why anyone would want to be a part of that religion. And so maybe your father's just brainwashed and messed up and he just can't help it. But I guarantee you it doesn't mean that he doesn't love you. He really just can't help himself. And so if you just understand he can't help it and forgive him, your soul will be fulfilled because God will take over, and it will feel like nothing ever happened. It will feel as though you have a relationship with him. Yeah, you have to forgive him. Was it hard to confront him?
It was definitely not as difficult as it's going to be with my mother, but yeah, it was hard.
Yeah.
It was difficult.
I understand. Well, I'm sorry that he won't participate, but he literally cannot help it.
Yeah.
The parents love their children. Fathers and mothers do love their children, but they're so messed up that they don't have real love. They don't know. It's an emotional love that, goes up and down and has fear. And so they don't know how to be right with you. So forgive him so you can be free. All right? But you got to forgive your mother too. We're supposed to forgive both.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
So yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't want me to go, Esteban will go with you. And believe me, he tells his mother, don't call me but once a year. I'll let you know when to call. But I wish that I hope you think about this, because you don't know what freedom is yet. There's nothing like living a life without anger. I'm telling you. And become a logical man or woman. There's nothing like it. And Christ came so that we can live this way on earth. He put it all back in order, and the only thing he said, forgive, and you could be free. He came that we might have perfect peace and a sound mind. He will even renew your mind. You know how when you have anger, Satan control your mind. And he made you think good is bad and bad is good. He build you up and let you down. He lied to you about everything. Well, once you forgive, that mindset is destroyed, and God renews your mind, and you have a solid mindset, a logical mindset. You can see clearly. It's mind-blowing. And he does it himself. We can't do that on our own, because everything is spiritual, and we can't do anything. We just become living beings, and he does it for us. It's a wonderful way to live, but you must drop the anger. And when you drop it, fear, doubt, worry, insecurity, emotions, all that stuff disappear, because those are the children of anger. It's all wickedness.